Frenzy fans, welcome back for another edition. Today is session 18. We're going to do, the workout today is called the Zen Garden. So we're going to combine some yoga and Pilates sequences just to activate different muscles, get a bit of control and balance, improve your posture. There's lots of benefits to this kind of stuff, so I'm going to take you through a few sequences and you're going to do it in your own time and repeat them. Okay, so let's start. Okay, the first thing you want to do is just set the scene. So this is generally probably better performed indoors, but if it's a nice day you can also go outdoors. Get a nice relaxing playlist. There's a few good meditation playlists. Just helps set the scene and also helps your breath control. So we're very much linking, it was session 12 and Mark session 13. We're going to go back to the breath and use this to really guide the session. I don't like to set time limits on how long these exercises take. It's more about using your breath and then trying to work through the sequences and extensions based on breath, not on time. So I'm going to do more on repetitions, not so much time. You can decide based on your breath control how long each sequence will take. Okay, so the first sequence, the opening sequence, is a warm-up. We're going to start with a mountain pose. So all that is a nice deep inhale. You want to stretch up through your shoulder blades. Try and extend through your intercostals here. Okay, relax your arms down. And we're just going to start from here, just rolling the shoulders. Nice big movements, nice big circles. Okay, again probably for about 5 or 6 breaths or about 20 revolutions backwards. You want to relax your forearms, just rotating through the shoulders and then alternate, go back to your forward position. Forward rotation. Okay, so that's your basic warm-up. You're going to do a nice big inhale, rotate the shoulders. Okay, from here, another big inhale, point with your hands at the top, and from here I'll turn at an angle. You're going to take everything back and you go into a seated position. Okay, you want to make sure that your pelvis doesn't rotate backwards, that you're keeping your core activated, and that your arms are straight and extending all the way through your body. Straight into the seat. This is the chair pose. Okay, so hold that. 3 breaths or about 10 seconds. And from here, straighten the legs, tilt forwards, thumbs to the sky, and we go into tabletop. And hold that. Trying to get 90 degrees at the hips. Okay, arms extended through your body. Okay, then we come up to the top. Relax. Once you've done that sequence from chair into tabletop, we're going to go into tree pose. So that's just one leg onto the other knee. So you want to try and tuck this heel into the knee, and again extending your arms to the sky, trying to keep your balance on this leg. You want to do about 10 breaths or 30 seconds. Okay, once you've done that one leg, you're going to go back into that sequence. Deep breath into chair pose, into tabletop. Okay, straight back up, and then do tree pose with the other leg. You're going to do 2 tree poses on each leg, 30 seconds each. So this is your second one, arms extended through, nice and balanced, and then repeat the sequence, tree pose on the other leg. So that's your first sequence. Okay, your second exercise, we're going to do a more Pilates exercise. So we're going to do 1 yoga, 1 Pilates. This one you're going to be seated on the floor. Okay. You want to go with your praying hands. We're going to do Russian twists. We've done these before. The difference with today is you're going to rock back till your heels are off. Make sure it's a nice V shape here. Knees bent. I want you to try and do these Russian twists as slowly as you can while keeping control. So you don't want your legs flailing all over the place. You want this core activated, feet nice and still. And you want to rotate to an elbow touch. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. So the idea is for a really nice controlled contraction using your breath. You want to do 10 elbow touches. So that's the first part of this exercise. Second part is a boat pose. Easiest way to get into this position, hands on the back of your knees. You're going to rock back, okay, till your heels are off, so you're putting yourself in. You want to then straighten your legs, okay, still holding, and then you want to let go of the back of your legs. And you're going to hold this position, thumbs to the sky. And you're going to hold here. Okay, 30 seconds or 10 breaths. Nice and slow. Okay, you're going to hold boat pose for that sequence. Then you're going to go back into boat pose. I'm going to do a few shoulder extensions or shoulder flaps. So we go into our boat pose, hold here, and you want to do for 50 pulses with the arms. Okay, and down. You're going to repeat that 3 times. So back to your Russian twists, boat pose with a hold, and then boat pose with your pulses. That's exercise number 2. Okay, exercise number 3 is yoga sequence again. So we're going to do a combination of what they call warrior poses. So we're going to start in warrior position 3. It's what I call a hamstring dive. We've done these before, but choose a leg. Okay, from here, you're going to extend through this leg. Okay, thumbs to the sky. You're pointing, extending through your heel. So nice and straight with your body, pointing with your heel. You want to hold this for about 10 seconds. Okay, nice and balanced. Okay, from here you're going to drop this back leg down. Front leg, toe stays pointing forwards and is bent. Back leg, 45 degrees, okay, and straight. So from that extension, we just drop the back leg. We then put the hands straight up. We go into warrior 1. Chin to the sky, so you want to stretch through this top trunk area, extending your arms through your body. You want to center your weight between your legs, so not too far forward, not too far back, finding that middle point. Again, you want to do this for breath, about 3 deep breaths. From here, you drop your front hand, back hand, palms to the floor. Okay, straight through and back. You want to feel as though someone's pulling your arms away from one another. So nice and straight and pulling away from one another. Again, you want to find that center position between your feet. Okay, that's warrior 2. You then straighten this front leg and rotate up to the sky. So you want to try and touch the floor. You want to open your chest area, okay, and straighten this front leg. This is triangle pose. And hold. Okay. Once you've done 3 deep breaths or 10 seconds, back to warrior 2. Okay. Then you bring your feet together. That's one sequence. Okay. You're going to do that sequence about 6 times. Okay, exercise number 4 is our second Pilates sequence. So we're going to go into a push-up position. Remember your push-up position, you want to always be pushing up through your shoulders, no sunken shoulder blades, and you want to make sure that your pelvis is tilted forward so there's no hollowing of your lower back. So set your position nice and strong first. Okay, what we want to do is you want to pull your one knee forward on the outside and hold for 3. Once you've done that, 3, straight back and up. You want to extend through your heel, okay, pushing up through the shoulder, through the heel, okay, and from here, we're going to rotate open, and we're going to go into a side plank. And you're going to hold this for 10 seconds or 3 nice deep belly breaths. Once you've done that, back to push-up position, and do your other side. So, on the outside, 1, 2, 3, straight up, pushing up through your body, point with the heel, drop it down, open up. Hold for 10 seconds, 3 deep belly breaths, and down. Okay, so that's 1 each side. You want to do 5 on each side. Exercise number 5 is another yoga sequence. If you've been on any of our AMFF sessions at 86 Squash Club, I usually like using this as a warm-up. So what we do is nice deep breath. Again, always extending through these intercostal muscles. You want to try and make yourself as tall as possible, stretching that spine nice and open. Okay, from here, deep exhale. So we breathe all the way out. We walk our hands out to a push-up position. From here, you drop the hips to the floor, chin to the sky. When you're in this position, you can untuck your toes. At the back, push up through your shoulders, nice and tall. Holding that for 3 deep breaths. Once you've done that, you tuck your toes back under, go into a push-up position, and keep pushing back onto your heels. So this is a downward dog. Okay, you want to make yourself into an A shape, pushing your hips towards the sky. So you're pushing all your energy from your palms through your hips onto your heels. trying to get your hips pivoted nice and high, and hold that. Okay, once you've done 3 deep breaths, back to plank, and then you're going to walk your hands back to the original position, and then slowly up at the top. We're going to roll our spine 1 vertebra at a time. Okay, it comes up last. We do that 6 times, so do that sequence 6 times, nice and slow, nice and controlled. Okay, exercise number 6, I've demonstrated this before as a core exercise, but it's a really nice one for Pilates. So we're going to go into our suspended knee touches. So on all fours, okay, your palms directly underneath your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. Okay, before we get off the floor, toes tucked under, what I want you to make sure of is that you flatten your back. Okay, so no arching. So set your back position first. From here, we push up so our knees are off the floor. What we do first, from this position, we straighten one leg up, pointing with the heel, bring it back to the original position, extend the other leg, and down. Nice controlled touches. We do a knee touch, other knee touch, shoulder touch, other shoulder touch, leg straight back. We do a push-up. As you come up, you're going to hinge with your hips, touch the opposite knee, hinge, touch. If you want to, you can rest after that sequence. Otherwise, you can try and string them together for as many repetitions as you can. You want to do 6 in total, nice and controlled. Then you're going to go back into your extension and work all the way through your body. The key to this, for stability, is to always push back onto your legs and work across your body. So you want to keep the tension and balance from the opposite hand and leg that isn't being elevated. So from here, if I don't want to rock when I do my touches, I keep tension across my body. So I push back onto my legs. If I'm lifting this hand, I prepare this hand and that foot to hold the tension. So I push across my body. That way, I don't have to rock. I don't have to compensate with my hips. Same with the other hand. If I'm lifting this hand, I work across my body from this hand into this leg. So I set that, and that way I can do a nice controlled touch without rocking. And the opposite side as well. Okay, so that's your key. Okay, our final exercise number 7, is going to be a bow pose. And then we'll finish off with a child pose. But let me just demonstrate the bow pose. It is quite a difficult one to get into first and foremost. So I'm going to demonstrate it. If you can't do this, if it's just beyond your range of flexibility, that's okay. You can then just finish with child pose, but let me demonstrate it anyway. Okay, so on your front, so lying prone. Okay, arms by your sides. Okay, you want to get the top of this foot into this palm. Okay, so you get the one foot and then the other foot. So this may be enough stretch for you, and that's okay. Just pull the feet towards your glutes and hold that position. Ideally, if you've got enough range, you push your feet into your hands and you lift your chest and your quads off the floor. Like this. So you're like a bow and arrow, but you are the bow. So now what you want to do is the only thing that's in contact with the floor should be your stomach. Now, if you're doing your belly breathing properly, you should be able to rock your body backwards and forwards without tensing any other part of your body. So if I set the bow, nice and tall, deep breath in and out. In and out. In and out. You'll see my body rocks without actually moving any other part, just my breath. So the breath will rock your body backwards and forwards as long as you've got the bow set nice and high. Okay. So try that one out. It is a bit of a challenging one. Push yourself as much as you can. If you can, try and do at least 10 nice deep breaths in that bow position. Okay, then the last one is child's pose. So you want to go onto your heels. So you want to get a seated position onto your heels, bum on your heels, arms in front of you. Okay, and you're going to hinge your hips and you're going to put your head between your knees. Okay, so everything else is relaxed. You want to try and you're going to stretch a bit of your quads, and you're going to flatten your top half onto your quads. And again, if you're using your breath properly, your belly breath, you should feel your body, your top half lift off a bit and drop down. So I'm going to demonstrate now. You'll see my head lift off the floor momentarily and drop back down. Okay, so this is child's pose. Okay, so that's with a relaxed neck, so nothing else moves. If you're using your breath effectively enough, so this is another good test for belly breathing. You're just inflating through your stomach and you should feel your top half move off your bottom half a little bit and then exhale back down. So you're going to feel those subtle movements, control it with your breath. Do about 10 or 12 to finish off, and then that will be your Zen Garden session.